Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So when you start your PhD journey, when you start doing your PhD, there are two scenarios. One is where you are given with a particular project, and the second one where the supervisor or the PI, it expects from you that you will come up with some research idea. So there comes the idea of research gap, because it's very important to understand what is the research gap. Because although you know that, okay, I want to do my research in quantum computing, or my area of interest is in quantum computing, but what you will do in quantum computing, have no clue about it. One way of it, which is old school way, which we were using it during our PhD, that was just to go through different literature reviews, read a lot of papers, and then gather information from there, and then see what are the questions which has not been answered yet, and whether you are capable of answering them or not. The another way, and the smarter way, which is going to be the future, how people are going to do all these things, is using AI. Welcome everyone. In this series, I talk about how to use or how to integrate AI for your research writing, for your academic writing. And I have already talked about this particular platform called AnswerThis.io. And this has been very useful because it is dedicated for research scholars, and a lot of scientists, researchers are using this platform to generate, to write, or to improve their academic writing. This is another feature of it which I'm going to talk about in this particular video, which is about research gaps. Okay, so how to find out research gap. So this is the platform. I will give you link to reach out to this page. There will be link in the pinned comment also, and in the description of this video as well. You can click on that, come up to this website. If you are first time user, you have to log in to use it. Like there are certain features which are free to use initially, like there are some limited time which you can use it for free. So yeah, look upon the platform, see how it works. I'm going to give you a overview, or I'll take you through the entire process how you can basically do that. So on the front page itself, there are different options like auto. This is the place where you can write down things, and then you have quick Q&A where you can upload your paper and then ask questions related to that. I have covered all these things in my previous videos. Okay, then a full review writing, how you can do review analysis and all the things using this AI tool. But today we are interested in talking about this fourth feature, which is a research gap. So in research gap, you can find it in seconds. That's what this platform says. Let's see how it works. Okay, so what it does is it highlights the areas where existing studies haven't fully explored or answered a question. That's what it is going to do, and that's basically what you want. You want those area, or you want that part of the research which has not been covered yet, or there are questions which are still not been answered, and from there you can start thinking how you can include that. So over here you have to write your prompt, you have to ask question. There are some options or some search things which I have done earlier before making this video, so some are suggested to me, but you can ask your own question. If you want to find out research gap in your field, whatever field you are doing, if you are doing research in, let's say, advanced robotics or AI robotics, then you can ask what are research gaps in that field. If you're doing in nanochemistry, ask for that. If you're doing in astrophysics, you can ask that. Like whatever field you are doing, it doesn't not matter, whatever field you belong to. All you have to do is write the prompt here, that what are the research gaps in particular field. I'll be talking about quantum computing because that is what I have just asked for. So just for the demo purpose, I'll just show you there. So just try searching this, that what are the research gaps in quantum computing. Now again, you don't have to always ask quantum computing. It is up to you what you are doing, or what research or what area you are working upon. You can ask about that. Okay, I'm asking about quantum computing. Now it asks you that from where you want to search these things. You want to search it through papers or internet library uploads, whether if you will upload certain paper, it will just search in that. Okay, so that is called controlled search, where you, let's say, you only want to search from last 20 papers, or 20 papers which you have, or 100 papers which you have downloaded. Upload all the PDFs over here through upload, and then you can search. So it will search among those. But here I want to search from all the papers which are available. If you click on internet, it will also do internet search. So the articles which are not published in paper, it will give you result from there itself. Library will take you through different, like if you have created your library in this platform. So if I have like I have created my own library called My Research Papers, and there is a default project library. So you can choose any of the library. If you have watched previous videos, I have mentioned what library is and how you can make that. So basically, it keeps a track of all the papers which you are using. So I'll not use internet for this because I just want all this information from paper. Internet can be sometimes deceptive, so I will not choose that. Okay, I'll just keep paper, so it will just search upon papers. You have options for more filters over here. If you click on that, you can also choose that which journal, like if you want to only choose for journal articles, review articles. So I'll click on journal articles and review articles. These are the two places. I also want to go for preprints. Preprints are the papers which are not yet published, but they are there in the archives. And then there are different research paper types, like I also want from PubMed, which is a good platform where a lot of papers are there. If you want to search for patents, you can click on that also. If you want to search only to a certain year, or if you want to search within a particular like time duration, like for example you want to just search papers from 2020 to 2025, you can give the date over here, but I'm not going to do that. I can also, for the sake of more validation, I'll just increase the number of citations, that at least there should be minimum 5 citations for the paper which it searches. Then you can check the quality of journal, like which type of journal you want to check, Q1, Q2, Q3. So I'll check for Q1 and Q2 journals only. Okay, and then I will submit this search. So it will take some time analyze, because there is a big database which it has to analyze. So it will analyze everything, and then it is, see the sources, you can see it is keep changing, like it keeps generating, and it keeps changing the sources. So till now it has, see, 4968. So it is increasing the number of sources, and from there it is coming up with these like from the different available sources. You can see this is the answer which it is giving. Okay, but it is still searching, and this is a partial response which it says more content is being generated, so be patient for that. Okay, when your process will be completed, or once your the whole search is going to be completed, you will be notified to your email, that email which you have used to log in. You will get a notification over there as well. So you can go here, from here, like if you just keep it from here, go grab a cup of coffee, have your coffee, and till the time you will finish your coffee, you will get a notification that your search is. So see, by the time I was talking to you, the search is done, and it says that it has used all these tools. What are the gaps which it has identified? So see, these are the established area: quantum error correction, hardware platforms, NISQ algorithms. So these things have been established. Okay, and these are gaps which have been identified, like generalization error bounds in QML, not well understood theoretically in NISQ error. And you can see it has just given me everything within few seconds. Okay, I don't have to like literally go and do manual search of each journals. If I would have tried to do all these things, it would have taken like weeks to do that. Okay, and there have been a lot of papers which it has actually gone through. So you can see what tools it has used. It has searched papers for quantum computer challenges, and it is very transparent in that it explains you that from where these data are. These are not just generating gibberish from its side, from itself. These are actual data which it has come up with. Okay, and this is the whole thing which you have now. So current state of research, you can read what is the current state of research, what are the identified research gaps over here. Gap number one, you can see the lack of unified quantum algorithm development methodologies, and then it is explained in detail what exactly this gap is about. Okay, so they have not only just given a heading of it, but also like in detail of it, what are the supporting evidence, why this matters, what is the importance of this research. So you can look upon it, and from here you can choose which gap you want to work next, what could be your next project. So and on the other side, you will see that source information is given, from which paper it has taken this. The paper was published in Nature, which has 839 citations, which is like highly reputed paper. And then the abstract of that paper, and then different things are mentioned over here. You can see like all the papers which it has used. It has basically given all the information here. There are 14 different pages, so I'm assuming like around hundreds of papers which it has gone through in order to answer this. And if you see, there are like 18 major citations which it has cited, but yeah, it would have been more papers which it has went through to gather this information. If you want to modify this, it's not the final answer. If you want to modify this, let's say you want to change the citation and you want more in-depth score or more in-depth something, so you can just change the citation numbers. It will search more papers then. Okay. uh, and if you turn off this turbo mode, in that case also it will do more deep search, but it will takes little bit more of time. Because I was making this video, I just wanted to show you how it works. So that's why I have just opened this turbo mode. So yeah, you can just look upon it, find out your gap and start working on it. There could be more questions which you want to ask. You can ask here in the ask follow-up questions. For example, I just want to ask, like in gap 7, it says systematic characterization of noise and error correlation effects of a scale. So I'll just ask that, can you explain uh, more about gap uh, gap 7? Okay, so let's see whether it is able to answer or not. So it will go through that and it will try to explain you more about the gap number 7. You can specify it. I'm just being very lazy to ask things, I mean to write down things, but it is pretty accurate, pretty useful, and it will take a little bit of time because it's reading things, thinking about it. It's not just it's not just giving you the information in flash of second, but also it is doing deep search to come up with that. Now you see it has like given it more detailed information about it. So gap number 7, which was systematic characterization of noise and error correlation effect at a scale deep dive, so it has now explained that in more detail, so that I don't have to go and search it on internet. It has given all the information in more detail. Okay, the core gap, what is the lack of systematic characterization framework, and the points related to that, specific evidence of this particular gap, and research directions which are needed. Everything is over here. So it's like it is such a helpful tool, especially if you are someone who is looking to find out a research gap. This could be something which can make your work much easier. And that's where I say that AI comes up and it reduces your manual load, or whatever thing you are doing in the more old school way. If you include AI and if you integrate it in your workflow, it's going to be so helpful. So this is one of the feature which I wanted to show in this particular video. AnswerThis is a very beautiful platform. I like this a lot. The link is there in the description of this video. Do check this out. There are some free features of it. Please do take advantage of that. If you want to buy and like buy the premium version of this particular platform, you can use my referral code to get extra discount out of it. The referral code is there on your screen. The premium features gives you more access, unlimited access to all these tools on this platform, which are super useful for research scholars. So if you are someone who is continuously writing, who is thinking about research gaps, do check this out. The link is there in the description of this video. So that's it from my side for this particular video. I wanted to share a very useful tool which I found on this particular platform. I hope you like this video. Do check this out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.